If you're looking for that next channel to unlock the growth in your SaaS business, it might be that YouTube is the place you should look first. In this video, we're going to run through 4 reasons why YouTube might be the next big growth opportunity for your SaaS business and why I believe every SaaS business should have an active, thriving YouTube channel. Let's dive in. We've all heard the expression, every brand is a media brand here in 2023. And I think the place where a lot of us get held up as SaaS founders is saying, yeah, but I don't want to be a media brand. I want to run a SaaS business. And the reason I have for this, and I've had a lot of kind of personal and professional hangups with, are we a media business, even though we're in the podcasting space at Castos? And I think the answer is yes, we are, and we all should be. The problem is we as founders who have to decide like, hey, does this marketing activity or brand activity have a positive ROI, is the fact that a lot of us build YouTube channels and any kind of marketing activities without seeing the positive ROI in them, even in the medium term. I think we all know like, hey, I got to just invest time and make SEO work or make content work or make this YouTube channel work. And we're willing to give it that time. But we haven't been intentional about building it from the start the right way to where we will expect to see the positive ROI in the future. That's what I'm hoping to uncover today and share 4 reasons why I think you should have a YouTube channel for your SaaS business and how we're growing ours at Castos with positive ROI, positive brand impact, and at the end of the day, more revenue, more customers for our business so we can create a healthy, thriving, profitable business. I think number 1 is to realize that you are not an entertainer in YouTube's eyes and your viewers' eyes. You're not a gamer. You're not a health and wellness expert. You are a product. You are a SaaS business, and your first primary objective should be to educate your customers on the industry that you're in, the problems that they're having, and this is the key, how your product solves those problems. When you're thinking about mapping out the content for your YouTube channel, I would say 80% of the content there should be how your product solves a problem that your audience has. It really is that simple. But if you're just starting out, go create 20 videos all about how your product solves a problem that your audience has or your potential customers have, even better. If you do that, I think you'll see very quick results in terms of engagement and even customers signing up if you're doing a good job of explaining how your product solves their problem. I always look at Ahrefs as the classic example of them doing this really well. Their YouTube channel is stacked with SEO tips and tricks and tutorials, and in every one of them, their product is highlighted as the way that customers or viewers, people interested in this topic, solve problems in SEO using Ahrefs. So we've established that product education is the primary goal of our YouTube channel. And just think about it. When you have a problem with using a product, what's the very first thing you do? Maybe you go to the knowledge base and you read these articles and blah, blah, and it's not super helpful. But what's the second thing you do? You go to YouTube. You go to YouTube and you say, how do I edit video in Final Cut Pro? Or how do I submit my podcast to Spotify on Castos? Right? It's just, and we have content there and we teach you how to do it. You can see, and it just translates so much better. So talking about ROI for our SaaS business, right? Having an active YouTube channel that shows customers how they can solve their problems using your product is a great way to boost customer success, reduce churn, and reduce the workload for your support team. The other big reason for me, as like my background is sales marketing, the biggest reason for me is there's statistics that show that up to 90% of buying decisions that our customers are making involve some kind of video content in their decision-making process, right? So if I'm thinking about buying a new piece of software, I look at G2 and Capterra, and then I go to YouTube and I say XYZ review, right? Castos review, HubSpot review, HubSpot versus Pipedrive, right? And I see what people are saying, and I'm looking at people that are sometimes the company, but sometimes not, right? And we only have the ability to influence our company's YouTube channel, but as much as we can, we want to be out there in the search results. HubSpot calls this the surround sound method, right? They want to create content in every possible way that their audience can be interacting with their industry and their brand, and having educational content around their topic is the best way to do this. In my 8+ years in online business, there's no doubt that AI is the most disruptive force that I've seen so far. I think that it has abilities and potential to transform almost everything that we do. And no doubt it's being seen already in written content and organic SEO. I don't think it's going away. We're still investing heavily in SEO and written content at Castos, but I think that there's a potential that it will be devalued in the medium term, like in the next 5 years. I think what it makes is an opportunity for us to create multimedia content where our face and voice and brand are in the forefront, because these are much harder for AI to replicate and to devalue. I'm sure it will happen. And all those AI experts are saying, yeah, generative video and audio and imagery is already there. And I think that's true, but it's much easier for me to get across a personality here in a video than it is for me to type a bunch of fancy words that really make a compelling point, right? ChatGPT already does a really, really good job of that. I think it'll be a long time before ChatGPT or whatever does a really good job of doing this. And so I would encourage you, if you're worried about AI, invest heavily in your YouTube channel, in your podcast, and even social media. The fourth reason I believe a YouTube channel is a must for every SaaS brand is it makes advertising on YouTube that much more effective, right? There is an admitted kind of hand-in-hand play with paid content on YouTube and organic content on your YouTube channel. If you don't have an established, thriving YouTube channel, having paid content for it is going to be much harder to make work. So having content out there that folks know and are aware of you, and they see your ad on YouTube, it's just going to make those ads convert so much more. Okay, I'm not going to talk about how to start a YouTube in 2023 on this video because that's just not the purpose of this. There's a lot of really great tutorials out there, and we'll link to them in the show notes here. But what I want to say is for your SaaS business, there are a couple of things I would do to set yourself up for success. We talked about one already, which is focusing on product tutorials that solve a problem that your customers have and highlight your product as the solution to that. I think that's the key. Focus on that for the first 20 videos. But discoverability is one of the most kind of magic things about YouTube to me. You say, hey, what is YouTube, right? Is it a search engine like Google? Yep, kind of, right? Is it an education platform? Yep. Is it a social network? Kind of, right? There's likes and subscribing and following and things like that. It's tough to describe what YouTube is, but it's this kind of amorphous platform where a lot of things happen where you engage with listeners. I'm kind of envious, right? Because podcasting doesn't really have this, right? Podcasting doesn't have a way for episode or video level discovery. Bummer. It also doesn't have a way currently for like comments to where you can get direct feedback from viewers or listeners. YouTube does. That's why it's such a powerful channel. Build in your content at the beginning all around solving customers' problems with your product. Then think about discoverability, right? And so check out your competitors. Hey, what are they covering already that has like SEO and keyword research in mind? Pop into Ahrefs or SEMrush or Keywords Everywhere and say, hey, what are folks talking about or what are people searching for even better in YouTube? And how can I create valuable content to those folks where they can find out about me and get to know, like, and trust me and maybe buy my stuff down the road? Look, I know YouTube is intimidating. Every time I turn this camera on, I get flustered, right? And I've been doing podcasting for 8 years. I got like 600 episodes in the can, but this is a lot harder, admittedly. I'll say if you're just starting out, don't focus on this as your primary channel. Go get product market fit, get a couple hundred customers, get to 20K MRR, and then come back and do this, right? But if you have an established brand, if you've been doing paid acquisition or you've been doing content marketing for a while, or you've been doing reviews and affiliates, then think about YouTube as a next big growth engine for you. I think it's fair to say it's pretty durable. It's not as susceptible to the whims of a billionaire who decides to buy a social media channel. And it has a lot of different attributes in a channel that are really appealing, right? We talked about its discoverability, its social, its networking, and just video itself is super high fidelity, right? More high fidelity, arguably, than written content, more high fidelity than just audio. And you can just relay so much information to folks. And for us as SaaS people, you can highlight your product in a really natural and authentic way. So I hope this helps kind of make the case for why I believe YouTube is a big opportunity for us at Castos and probably is for you too. If you're enjoying this content, please like, subscribe, leave a comment below. We'll be back with another episode real soon.